another. They lost 11 players to graduation last season. This is a new team, but they play very well when they play as one. For Liberty Heights, sharing the ball, limiting the opponent to just one shot per possession, clearing the glass, and then the ball has no name on it. That's a saying that Michael Wright has for his squad, and I think it's really emblematic of the character of this Liberty Heights team. They don't care who's scoring as long as they come out on top. Tip back by Favor Airy, and the ball now controlled by Liberty Heights as they work from left to right. Tay Abraham running the point. Abraham crossover dribble to the free throw line, drive and dish outside for Rogers. Kahari Rogers back to Abraham, and right back to Rogers. He'll drive to his right. Floater from just outside the lane, and he rattles that one home. So Kahari Rogers picks right up where he left off yesterday. 2 points and a 2-0 Liberty Heights advantage. Niles on the wing, thought about the three. Back up top instead. Straight on three-pointer now. In and out that time, and the rebound controlled by Liberty Heights. Off the miss from Terrence Butler. Abraham right wing. Into the corner now. Skip pass across the lane. Abraham drive and dish. Williams steps back, and now back to Abraham. He'll try the triple. That's off the side of the window. Mustangs look to push. Open three for Russell. That's around and out, no good. Airy, the rebound, put back. No, but he's fouled. So you see the impact right away from Favor Airy. Able to emerge with the ball and earn a trip to the free throw line. Bishop McNamara from Forestville, Maryland. They play as part of the WCAC conference. It's so deep that this team is so highly regarded, yet they're a middle-of-the-pack team in their own conference, which features the likes of St. John's, DeMatha, Good Counsel, the powerhouse names in the D.C. area. Airy 1 of 2 at the free throw line. 2-1 advantage for Liberty Heights, just underway, opening quarter. Minute 15 gone by from the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. Booker, entry pass down low. Up and under move, and that's good as Jamal Davis gets on the score sheet. Drive the other way. Womack lost it. Now a transition opportunity. Kahari Rogers drops it in. (6-1) start for Liberty Heights. Into Airy. He'll command a double team. Up with the right hand, too strong. For a second chance opportunity, and Niles missed the bunny. Kept alive. Driving into traffic and drawing a foul is Aaron Russell. Russell coined the Lou Williams six-man on this Bishop McNamara team, but he's in the starting lineup here today. And he will head to the free throw line. Russell, a 6'2" senior guard, and short on the first. Keith Venny in his second season with the Mustangs, but he's no stranger to coaching basketball. He's worked in this game for many, many years. But he decided to come back to his alma mater where he played 30 years ago for Bishop McNamara, and now back on the sideline. Dribble handoff comes to Booker. He'll pass it back to Abraham. Two of them play catch, entry pass, and Davis was not ready for it. He'll come off the floor, and Cam Edwards will enter for the first time. Again, Edwards, one of the top 2 scorers, 13.6 points per game, and starting this one on the bench, but the first sub in for Michael Wright. Kenny Womack outside the arc with it. Retreat dribble looking to find an entry pass. Jab step for Butler, back outside. Womack straight down the lane, lefty floater, too strong off the heel. Airy tipped the rebound, but it bounces off the end line. So Liberty Heights will have it. They lead it 6-2. 2:45 gone by, opening quarter from Salisbury. Anthony Abraham brings the ball up court. 6-foot senior guard. And again, yesterday dished out 8 assists in the victory over Balboa. He'll drive right side of the lane. Jump pass intercepted by Womack. Womack looks to push. Lobs it into the corner. Russell driving baseline. Kicks it outside. Here's Niles for 3. Missed everything. And it's tipped out of play. Last touched by the Mustangs. (6-2) Liberty Heights. Mustangs a slow start from the floor in this one. Anthony Abraham setting up a play left side. Read well by the Mustangs. Off to Rogers, back to Abraham. They look inside. Now a jump shot, left short that time by Dewante Williams, and it bounces on the end line. It'll be Mustangs ball. Quickly up court for Russell. He'll drive into the lane. Lefty floater, too strong. Rebound tip to Airy down low. Airy able to dribble his way out of traffic. Airy hits the cutter. Niles back outside. Three-pointer straight on Russell, no good. But it's tipped in off of Liberty Heights. Williams inadvertently knocks it into the bucket. And it's a 2-point game, 6-4, midway through the opening quarter. 2-3 zone for the Mustangs. Left corner, Kahari Rogers. Skip pass back up top. Cameron Edwards knocks down the triple. A 9-4 lead now for Liberty Heights. 3:30 to play here in the first quarter. Drive from Butler. Kick out to the corner. Three-pointer up, no good from Womack. Rebound, second chance effort. Russell from the elbow, left it short. Niles has the rebound. Third opportunity on this possession. Womack cashes in. So Womack breaks the seal from behind the arc. And it's a one-possession game again. Liberty Heights got ahead 6-1. Whip a pass inside. And a nice move to finish for Kahari Rogers. Check that. That's Dewante Williams who scored inside. Four-point lead for Liberty Heights. Russell outside the arc. He'll use a screen for Airy. Try to hit him on the roll. Pass too hot to handle. And a turnover gives the ball back to Liberty Heights. .233 to play opening quarter, 4-point game. Abraham setting up the offense. Dominique Davidson also onto the floor for Liberty Heights. Here's the drive. Abraham pulls up, free throw line jump shot. He knocks it down. There's also a foul on the play. I think they'll count the bucket, and it'll be an offensive foul on the rebound. It'll go against Dominique Davidson, his first, as Abraham hits his first bucket. (13-7), Liberty Heights with the lead. 2 minutes to play, opening quarter. Pull up just inside the arc, contact, and a foul called on the shot. David Brown just into the ball game, hits the deck, and he'll earn a chance to shoot some free throws. Brown oftentimes a starter in the lineup for the Mustangs, today coming off the bench. And he front rims the first. Brown with interest from Columbia, Yale, VCU, and George Mason. He's been banged up as of late, so maybe trying to preserve his minutes a little bit by bringing him in with this second unit. Second free throw from Brown. That's no good as well, and a slow start for the Mustangs from the free throw line. Rogers, straight on three. That rims around and out. Tip to the corner. And a great hustle play by Brown to knock it off a Liberty Heights player out of bounds. David Brown Jr. able to get around and tip it backwards off the feet of one of the Cardinal players out of bounds. 1:43 to play, opening quarter, 13-7. Liberty Heights has led the whole way. McNamara running the motion offense. Russell gives up his dribble. Skips a pass into the corner for Womack, who connects for three. Kenny Womack starting to heat up behind the arc. He's made a couple. It's now a one-possession game again. Rogers back to Abraham. He'll drive straight down the lane. His shot no good, but he draws a blocking foul. That will go against David Brown, his first. And Abraham to the free throw line. Abraham, one of 5 returners on Michael Wright's team. Going along with Cameron Edwards, Kahari Rogers. Kevin Boykin. Should say 4 returners overall this season for Liberty Heights as Abraham knocks down the first of 2. Second free throw from Abraham, up and good. Perfect trip makes it a lead of 5. 1:16 to play, opening quarter. Dribble handoff comes to Brown on the wing. Back up top for Butler driving, and he draws the foul left of the lane. And so Terrence Butler heading to the free throw line. Butler is exactly what you'd want as a student athlete. Offers to JMU, Drexel, and George Mason, and in the classroom a 4.3 GPA. Coach Venny says he's a great player, great student, great person. And he's off the mark of the first free throw. Bishop McNamara from the line has started just 2 of 7. And the difference in this game is 5. Second free throw. That's no good as well. 2 for 8 from the charity stripe. Abraham pushing in transition. Now he'll peel back in front. 2-3 zone played all quarter long by the Mustangs. Abraham able to split it, trying to dish a pass down low. It's picked off, intercepted, but now thrown back away. And Rogers will track it down in the backcourt. Rogers kicked it left wing. Abraham took his eye off the pass. And it ends up being a turnover nonetheless. 5-point lead for Liberty Heights with 46 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Womack brings the ball up court. Russell has it left wing. Back to Womack in the corner. He's knocked down a couple of threes. Thought about another. Doesn't take it. Looking to get it inside. Instead, back outside Russell. 15 on the shot clock. To Brown. Now back to Butler. Driving. Kick out near side. Womack dials up a 3. That's off the mark. No good. And now Jeremy Baker looking to push. Baker coast to coast. Cut off baseline. Goes around anyway. Missed the shot. And Erie able to grab the rebound. Down the lane the other way comes Russell. Thought I heard a whistle. Must have been from the other court as Russell's able to finish at the rim. Rogers at the buzzer. Banks it in. Kahari Rogers connects from 3. It'll count. And it's a 6-point lead after 1. Almost from midcourt, Kahari Rogers knocks down his first triple of the quarter. And it's been a wire-to-wire lead for Liberty Heights so far to start this one. Second quarter of play when we come back. You're watching the 2019 Governor's Challenge presented by AT&T. 6-point lead for the Cardinals after 1 quarter of play. It was a one-possession game, and Kahari Rogers from just past midcourt banked in a buzzer beater to end the opening quarter. Rogers with 7 points through 1 to lead all scorers. On the opposite side, the Mustangs led by Kenny Womack, who's knocked down a couple of threes in the corner. 2 of 8 are the Mustangs from behind the arc. Unfortunately, 2 of 8 also represents what they've done at the free throw line here in the opening quarter of play. And that's the difference right now. Those 6 points unable to be converted at the free throw line. Cardinals will have the ball working left to right off the inbound. Jeremy Baker will work with it at the point, a big burly point guard. Not usually the prototype you'll see at that position, but he's very strong with the ball coming off the bench. That time he's blocked by Favor, who shows his range. Inside out. Kahari Rogers backs the ball up, 10 to shoot. Whip a pass inside, and it's around and out at the rim. Edwards couldn't get it to drop, and away come the Mustangs working right to left. Butler on the drive to the rim. Lefty shot won't fall. Tipped out and controlled by Baker. Baker looking to push. Right wing, Rogers well behind the arc. That's too strong off the heel, and the rebound controlled by Favor Airy. Airy hasn't scored much here early, just a free throw, but his damage has been on the glass without a doubt. Now setting a screen, and it's finished at the rim by Womack. He's got 8. 4-point game now. Baker running the offense with Abraham on the bench. This 2-3 zone relatively effective so far for the Mustangs. Baker has it poked free from behind. Mustangs look to push. Near corner, Womack, another 3. That time off the mark, no good. The rebound pulled down by Cameron Edwards. Minute 30 gone by, second quarter. Liberty Heights has never trailed in this one. Williams off the pump fake drives and draws contact at the rim. So Devontae Williams heading to the free throw line. Williams very athletic, can play multiple positions for Michael Wright, who really loves his ability not only to score but also to protect the paint with his 6'8" frame. They call him Tay, and he's no good on the first free throw. Couple of subs in for either side. Ed Johnson making his first appearance in this one from Bishop McNamara. A good shooter from behind the arc. Offer from Hartford. Second free throw good from Williams. He's got 3. Liberty Heights now with a 19-14 advantage. Just over 6 minutes to play before the half. Double team comes, they free it to Womack. He's hounded defensively by Abraham back on the floor. This is Johnson near side as Liberty Heights has gone to the 3-2 zone. Driving, floating, no good for Womack. Rebound tipped out of play. Actually, I think that was David Brown who took the shot. Either way, it will go to Liberty Heights. 5-point advantage. It's been that way most of the opening half for the Cardinals. Abraham brings the ball up the floor, working against this 2-3 zone anchored by Favor Airy in the middle. Kick it into the corner, cross court now, touch pass, opposite corner, 3-pointer up, no good, but a foul called. Cameron Edwards fouled shooting that corner 3. Again, Edwards and Kahari Rogers yesterday combined to go at 6 of 9 from behind the arc in the 62-55 victory over Balboa, who we'll see in the game that follows this one. Edwards rather, a knockdown shooter. High basketball IQ and a good rebounder, and he hits every part of the rim and gets the free throw to drop. Second free throw off the mark from Edwards. Kenny Womack leads the Mustangs with 8. Kahari Rogers with 7 so far for Liberty Heights, as Edwards goes 2 of 3 at the free throw line. 2-2-1 full court pressure. They break it with Brown far side. Brown crossing over, floater down the lane. No good on the shot, but great elevation. You see the athleticism and able to track down the miss. Bishop McNamara resets. Womack will set up the offense. Wraparound pass down low for Airy. 3 defenders come. That leaves Womack open top of the key. Missed it off front rim. And a foul on the rebound as Cameron Edwards was able to pull it away. Foul will go against favor Airy. 4th team foul against Bishop McNamara. 5 on Liberty Heights. So neither team to the bonus just yet. Bishop McNamara shooting 24% from the field, 5 of 21. Liberty Heights fewer shots at 14, but they've made half at 7. Abraham setting up the offense. Over to Rogers, right side. They swing it from side to side against this zone. Abraham driving dish for Edwards, gets it back, spots up top of the key. Abraham around and out, no good. And the rebound pulled down for Bishop McNamara. Sid Johnson near corner, dump it down low. Double team comes, whip a pass far side. Womack in the corner, off the mark, no good. Really nice pass by Terrence Butler, back to the basket, able to wrap it around baseline. But couldn't get the assist on the missed shot from Butler, or from Womack rather. Marshawn Mario, number 13, also into the game now for Liberty Heights as they work with it left to right. Abraham around a screen. Kicks it into the corner. 3 ball on its way. That's off the mark, no good. Weak side rebound pulled down for the Mustangs. That was Mario there on the miss, the 6'1 senior. Now a drive inside. Butler missed it. Offensive rebound and the putback, no good, but Brown is hacked. And David Brown Jr. heading to the free throw line. So he'll try to cut into the 7-point deficit. It's the largest lead of the game right now for Liberty Heights. They've led the whole way. 4:11 to play here in the opening half. First free throw by Brown is up and off the mark, no good. And again, it's been a really slow start at the free throw line. The Mustangs now just 2 of 9. And again, if you want to know the difference in this game, you don't have to look any further than that. Bishop McNamara 7-0 in terms of second chance points. That's what's kept them in it. Their offensive rebounding. 16-5, their advantage on the boards. Second free throw put in. 6-point game again. Baker again running the point. 3-pointer left wing. Edwards no good. And the rebound pulled down by the Mustangs. They've done a great job limiting Liberty Heights to 1 shot per possession. Extra pass down low. Brown had to gather and he missed on the shot. And Womack called for stepping on the end line. Jamal Davis back on the floor now. He'll take the place of Kahari Rogers, who gets what I would imagine to be quick breather for Michael Wright. He plays the majority of ball games, and maybe he'll get the 3.5 before halftime, but I would think he'll be back on the floor before too long. Baker bounces it into Williams. Dribble handoff coming to Edwards. He'll use a screen, pull up, foot on the line, and it's an air ball. Offensive rebound batted and put in by Jamal Davis. Right place, right time for Davis, who just entered. And a timeout on the floor. 3 minutes to play here in the opening half. And Michael Wright asking for a full timeout. Wright in his 4th season with Liberty Heights, his 9th overall as a prep coach, and he's not only the head coach but also the founder of Liberty Heights Academy, and it's his vision to start this school, and he's done just that. He wants to mentor kids through basketball and ultimately expand the school into a program that exists to mentor non-student athletes, non-basketball players as well. In fact, he's already submitted the paperwork for the charter school application. But this makeup of his team this year is much different than it's been in years past. In fact, this is the first year at Liberty Heights that he has not had a 20-point per game score. It's a much more balanced team. Of course, Rogers and Edwards really lead the charge offensively, but last year, the leading scorer was Juwan Gary, who now plays at Alabama. Unfortunately for Gary, he's out with a knee injury. He'll miss the entire freshman season and redshirt this year, but he was a terrific player a year ago for Michael Williams, or Michael Wright, I should say. And the year before that, it was Michael Wynn, who was a 20-point scorer. Wynn now coming off the bench at Wake Forest for Danny Manning. So a little bit different this year, but nevertheless, a lot of success early. Liberty Heights winning 9 of their first 12, and they have led this one all throughout. 23-15 as we tick down to the 2.5-minute mark in the opening half. Johnson cross-court pass to Womack. 1-3-1's look now for the defense of Liberty Heights. Facing up in the left corner, no good on the shot from Terrence Butler. Rebound pulled down by Liberty Heights. Cameron Edwards with it. He'll cross the timeline, kick it left side. Baker dribbling up top. Gets it over to Devin Gordon, who's just entered. Back to Baker. Gordon, right corner three on its way. Missed everything. Offensive rebound put back down low for Dewante Williams. That's the second time in this opening half that Williams has not been boxed out defensively, and he's taken advantage. A couple of chippies near the rim. He's been able to convert. 10-point lead, the largest of the opening half. Johnson left wing. Skip pass right side. Butler off the mark, no good. Rebound tracked down by Liberty Heights. Check it was David Brown, on that three-point attempt. Baker tracks it near midcourt. Womack almost came up with the steal. Baker, crossover dribble, setting things up top. Williams, head fake, kicks it into the corner. Three ball up, that's around and out, no good. Put back, won't fall for Davis. Third opportunity, and he draws a foul. So Jamal Davis heading to the free throw line with Liberty Heights up by 10 here in the opening half. 1:33 to play. And again, the early look at the free throw line. 5 of 7 for Liberty Heights. 3 of 10 for Bishop McNamara. That's been the biggest eye-opener thus far. And Davis gets the roll on first. Davis runs the floor extremely well for a big. Long body, great defensively. Can play both inside and on the perimeter. And he's 2 for 2 on this trip. So Davis with 6 points. And the lead now is 12, the largest of the half. Johnson to stop the drought. He knocks down a 3. Ed Johnson is known as a shooter. That's on the scouting report, but that time he was given just enough cushion to get his shot away, and he knocks it down. Baker steps between the top 2 defenders in the zone. Ball knocked away. Hit off the foot that time of Davis and out of play to the Mustangs. 1:08 to play here in the opening half. Cardinals have led wire to wire thus far. Johnson near side, hit a 3 last time down court. He'll step back and take another, partially blocked that time as Davis got a hand on it. Now Baker bringing it across the timeline. Baker driving and called for an offensive foul. Extended that offhand, and he's whistled for the personal. His first, but it's the 7th team foul. Here's Russell now with it. Crossover dribble, step back. Working in against Jamal Davis, but he turns it over. Cameron Edwards pushing. Edwards has it knocked out of play. Really nice defense there by Womack to overplay his right hand. Kari Rogers will come back on for the final 32 seconds. Little offense, defense here for Michael Wright. So Williams heads to the bench in his spot. Devin Gordon also on the floor. He's handling now for the Cardinals. 7-second difference shot in game clock. Michael Wright still wants team to work it down. Baker, drive and dish. Edwards kick into the corner. Baker, baseline floater. That's off the mark, no good. And the rebound controlled. Mustangs pushing, 7 seconds left. Johnson for three, off the mark, no good. Ball tipped around and held by the Cardinals. And that's how the first half will draw to a close. Liberty Heights, a wire-to-wire advantage. They lead it 27-18, a 9-point advantage at the break. We'll step aside as we take a look at some Governor's Challenge videos so far from the tournament. It's been a lot of excitement so far. This one includes that as Liberty Heights takes the lead into the locker room. You're watching the 2019 Governor's Challenge presented by AT&T.
We gave something to people that was going to talk about, somewhere people can kind of come and hang out and just really just have a good time.
The new $3 Little John from Jimmy John's is just like our original sandwiches, only littler. So we bought a little ad on Lil John.
Little John, yeah! $3, what?
This is a Jimmy John sandwich, made with all-natural meats, hand-sliced veggies, and fresh-baked bread. And this is the new Little John, available for only $3. They're almost identical. Almost. Good job. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, on court two ends the first half, and the score of the Olympic Trojans 36, the Lady Lions 33. Once again, concessions are available on both sides. Again, court number 2, or you can head out and get to the lobby. Folks, the fan zone is open and available in the midway room, brought to you by AmeriGroup. And thanks to AmeriGroup, among our tournament sponsors, Dr. Pepper as well, Maryland Army National Guard, Jimmy John's, AT&T, the Green Turtle, Recruiting Boost, the Bank of Delmarva, M&T Bank, Delmarva Village Builders, Pohaka Salisbury, Centric Harwood, PRMC, Deadstock, Aloft, Captain U, Delmarva Power, Becker Morgan, Subrunners, APPI, Salisbury, Area Chamber of Commerce, Strategic Wealth Management, TCHAM Group, Avery Hall Insurance, Cooper Insurance Agency, GB Herron, Peninsula Orthopedic Associates, Salisbury Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, for the support of the 39th Annual Governor's Challenge. This event again is made possible only by the support of these and all of our sponsors. Special thank you, of course, goes out to our tournament partners, Under Armour, DMV Elite, Maryland Sports, the Rotary Club of Salisbury, WMDT, NFHS Network, Play and Color, and Legit Stats for their support of the 39th Annual Governor's Challenge. Don't worry, folks, we still have more basketball left. 3 more games remain after this. At 5 o'clock, we'll have our Friends School of Baltimore. And Friends School of Baltimore will take on Y Comico High School. Also here at 5 o'clock on court number 2 from New York, Monsignor Scanlon takes on Piedmont Classical. 6:45, returning Balboa from California meets New Hope Academy. Also on court 2 at 6:45, Glen Elk Country. They'll take on from New Jersey, Seton Hall Prep. To wrap up day 3 of the 39th Annual Governor's Challenge, St. Maria Goretti takes on from Rhode Island, St. Andrews. On court 1, on court 2 from Puerto Rico, Colegio San Felipe.
And welcome back to the Governor's Challenge Day here with us on the NFHS Network. Matt present with you, and we're so glad you've joined us here for this one. It's been a really good first half for Liberty Heights. They've led it wire to wire against Bishop McNamara, and the biggest reason why, well, they've made their free throws and the Mustangs have not, as we take a look at some of the first half numbers in this one and look at that free throw differential. And it's a big reason why Liberty Heights has been able to get out to this lead and maintain this lead here at the break. Second chance points were where Bishop McNamara initially was really able to make up some of that ground. But closing out that first half, the Cardinals got on the boards a little bit. And it was a couple of times they airballed shots, but they just had offensive players in the right place at the right time. Cameron Edwards, Devontae Williams, they had a couple of putbacks in. While Favor Airy has grabbed a bunch of rebounds in the early going, 6 to lead all rebounders. His offensive impact has been limited, but he has allowed the Mustangs to run a 2-3 zone, which has kept them in this ball game. They've limited some of the straight line drives, but so far it looks like Anthony Abraham has been very comfortable working against this zone. Jeremy Baker off the bench has also looked very comfortable, and Liberty Heights has led it the whole way, their largest lead of 12 in the opening half. Well, last night at the Governor's Challenge, one of the biggest parts of this event, the most exciting atmosphere for the dunk contest, the skills competition, the three-point contest, but it was really the dunk contest that brought down the house at the end of the night. Let's take a look back to how that played out a night ago. And there you have it from last night. Robertas Unitas, your dunk contest champion from Lithuania. He's known as the Lithuanian dunk man, and he certainly lived up to that hype last night. He plays for Beckley Prep in Prosperity, West Virginia. We'll see them coming up tomorrow in this tournament as they take on Rock Creek Christian tomorrow as part of our Day 3 games. And it wasn't only Unitas who brought home a trophy for Beckley Prep. Dominguez Romanos also helped him sweep the competition as he won the three-point shootout. So certainly a lot of excitement as Romanos is also from Lithuania, also part of that Beckley Prep team. And so tune in tomorrow to watch those guys as they take on Rock Creek Christian. Here it's a 27-18 advantage for Liberty Heights. They led the whole way, and they will get the ball first to begin the second half. Cardinals off to a 9-3 start to the season. Bishop McNamara 6-3 to open the year. And Liberty Heights will have the basketball working from right to left. Mustangs stay in the 2-3 zone to begin half number 2. Anthony Abraham kicks it back outside. Kahari Rogers gets it right back to his point guard. Abraham steps back, now peels to the top of the key. He'll drive all the way right side of the lane, lost it on the way up. It hit off his leg and out of bounds to the Mustangs. We'll see what adjustments Keith Venny Sr. has made out of halftime. Womack feeds it left wing for Butler. Back up top, favor Airy. Post-to-post passing, and it's finished off inside by Butler. So they bring Airy away from the bucket. They get him involved in the passing game. And he's able to pick up the assist as Butler finishes at the rim. Pump fake, and Williams couldn't finish off the dribble drive. Mustangs working left to right. Womack pushing. Turns to the free throw line. Back outside. And a turnover. Liberty Heights working with it. Dish it off down low, and Rogers too strong in the finish. Left wing for Niles. He'll dial up a three. That's off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Dewante Williams. Minute 30 gone by here in the second half. 7-point game. Rogers and Abraham play catch up top. Abraham down right side of the lane. Floater around, no good. Niles the weak side rebound. Niles has missed all 3 shots he's taken thus far, but he is a good three-point shooter, and his defense, according to Keith Venny, is the best on this team. Again, Airy away from the basket, gets it to Niles, back to Airy. Russell, jump shot won't fall. Here comes Liberty Heights with it. Williams will slow it down. It's one thing that's interesting thus far for Liberty Heights. A very athletic team, no question, but compared to other teams with similar makeups, Michael Wright likes to play at a slower tempo. They run a lot more sets and plays as Rogers steps back and knocks down the jumper. So Kahari Rogers, who led Liberty Heights with 7 in the first half, now with 9. But again, just a very composed, in-control offense, and they really set everything up. Now a block shot as Williams got out to contest. Airy battling for the loose ball on the ground. Liberty Heights comes away with it. Up ahead to Williams. Able to spin away from the D, but he dribbled it off his foot out of bounds. 9-point lead for Liberty Heights. 5:13 to go in the third quarter. Womack will bring it up the floor. Foul called before the shot. It'll go on the floor. Mustangs tend to go as Kenny Womack goes. A football player, downhill driver on the basketball court. 8 points in the first half. As he'll give it off to Butler. Butler driving, switches hands and finishes at the rim. Terrence Butler, a nice move to the rack. 7-point game again. Kahari Rogers with it on the wing to Abraham. Penetrates and turns it over. Ball loose on the floor. Abraham able to dive on it, but he throws it away to Niles. Niles racing up the floor, kick to the left wing. Russell the triple, and he connects. And Russell's second three of the ball game. It's a 4-point lead now for Liberty Heights. And the bench of Bishop McNamara starting to get into it. Womack now a steal. And he'll lay it in with the left hand. The momentum swinging back in the Mustangs' favor, and their bench continues standing and clapping. Rogers dump it down low, and before the shot, a foul called. Davidson grabbed from behind. Foul goes against Niles. It's his second personal, or first rather, on Christian Niles. Baseline left, inbound coming. Into Williams, left side, Baker lets fly on the three, and he drains it. Jeremy Baker has been impressive off the bench, and Anthony Abraham so impressive at what he does, calming the offense, distributing the basketball for Liberty Heights, but there isn't a whole lot of drop-off when Baker subs in. Right wing for Womack. Airy posting up, doesn't get it. Instead, it's Russell up top, gets the defender in the air, drives, left-hand shot, no good, but Airy there to stuff it home. Airy's got 5. And now a technical foul called against Keith Venny Sr. and this bench for Bishop McNamara. I didn't see what happened, but as best I can guess, following the jam, the team got excited and they came onto the court. There's not a lot of room in between the bench and the playing surface. And so Kahari Rogers gets free throws out of it, and he makes the first. Rogers now into double figures with 10. Able to hit the second as well, and Liberty Heights will have the basketball now. Doesn't take away from what Favor Airy just did on the glass. Tremendous athleticism to follow up and spike it. (34-29), 5-point lead and the basketball for the Cardinals. Baker driving right, muscles up a shot too strong, and the rebound pulled away. Womack pushing, 3-on-1, dishes it left side, and it's laid up and in by David Brown Jr. Nice job by Womack to lead the break. One possession game now. Nearly stolen, and Baker will let that one die on the sideline. This is the closest that Liberty Heights, or that rather Bishop McNamara has been since the opening minutes. Three-pointer up. That's no good that time from Trayvon Booker. Womack stepping back, kicks it left side. Russell passes up the three. Mustangs slowing this one down. They're playing more the Liberty Heights style of basketball right now. They get Favor again away from the bucket. He'll step back and shoot it, and he knocks it down. Favor Airy showing all elements of his game. He's got 7, and we're even at 34. Rogers for the answer. No dice. Tip out for Kahari. He gets a second crack at it. And a foul called on the dribble drive. How about Favor Airy just off center from the top of the key? And when you're 6'10", it's only a matter of can you shoot the three, because you're going to get it off with the height advantage. No one's going to be able to contest that on the perimeter. And Airy able to drill it and tie the game at 34. Inbound down low, and an easy finish for Trayvon Booker on a blown assignment. So Liberty Heights back in front by 2. Womack left wing for Russell. Back to Womack, top of the key. They swing it around. Womack crosses over right side of the lane. Follow, no good from Airy. Tip around, And the ball comes free to Liberty Heights. Pushing it forward for Baker. Baker cut off baseline. This is Booker, rather. And a turnover. Mustangs have a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. Russell tried to feed Airy. It's knocked away as Airy takes his spill into the Governor's Challenge billboards behind the basket. Minute 51 to play, third quarter. 2-point lead and the basketball for Liberty Heights as Cameron Edwards re-enters. Takes the spot of Booker. Baker with it. Gets a step on Russell, now peels back out. Elbow jump shot, Rogers knocks it down. Cameron Rogers seems to have a real knack for creating shots, but not necessarily off the dribble. He just gets to good spots on the floor. And with a minute 25 to play, it's back to a 4-point lead. Airy back to the basket, righty, a hook shot, up and no good. Here comes Liberty Heights. We were even at 34, now an offensive foul called against Jeremy Baker. Michael Wright doesn't care for that one. Felt as though the defender was slotting his feet. Foul on Baker is his second. .110 to play, third quarter rather. Airy away from the basket, didn't take the 3 that time, instead gets it right wing. Back up top, Womack, he'll swing it left side for Russell. Elbow jump shot, no, a feed to Airy for the flush. Great pass inside, Airy cutting baseline, finishes to cut it to 2. Airy quiet in the first half. 1 bucket and a free throw here in the second half. He's starting to look for his own shot a little bit more. And the Mustangs will again have a chance to tie or take the lead after a turnover. Russell looked like he was going to rise up and shoot it. Instead, at the last second, able to dish it off and find his big for the easy bucket. Womack dribbles it up the court now. 37 seconds to play, about a 10-second difference shot and game clock. Brown surveys, gets it up top. Butler swings it to Russell left wing. Airy posted up down low. Instead, it comes to the near corner. 3-ball up and no good that time. Off the mark from Brown. So Liberty Heights now a chance to take the final shot. Into the corner. Rogers lets fly and he drills it. Kahari Rogers knocks it down. 1 second to play. Russell the heave. It nearly goes. So the Mustangs in the third quarter come back to tie at 34, but a surge down the stretch for Liberty Heights. And it's a 41-36 lead after 3. Final quarter of basketball on the other side of this timeout. You're watching the 2019 Governor's Challenge presented by AT&T.
The new $3 Little John from Jimmy John's is just like our original sandwiches, only littler. So we bought a little ad on Lil John.
Little John, yeah! $3, what?
This is a Jimmy John sandwich, made with all-natural meats, hand-sliced veggies, and fresh-baked bread. And this is the new Little John, available for only $3. They're almost identical. Almost. Good job. Okay.
Just about 45 minutes from now, following the conclusion of Bishop
5-point lead for Liberty Heights after 3 quarters. Bishop McNamara did come back to even things at 34. Favor Airy, very impressive in that third quarter of play. He's now up to 10 points. He and Kenny Womack each in double figures for the Mustangs. Meanwhile, Kahari Rogers with 16. He leads all scorers for Liberty Heights. So the Mustangs will have it starting this final quarter. McNamara working left to right with Womack at the controls. Gets it to Brown on the right side. Brown doubled right back to Womack. He'll try the baseline, and he draws contact and a foul against Dominique Davidson. Foul against Davidson is his third. Haven't seen a whole lot of him on the floor today as a result of that foul trouble. David Brown to inbound again. He has offers to Columbia, Yale, VCU, and George Mason. Gets it to Womack. Back to Brown, three-pointer short, and the rebound pulled down by Rogers. Liberty Heights pushing the ball up the floor. Williams calling out the play. Again, the Mustangs have played this 2-3 zone the whole way. Williams splits the defense, dishes it off inside, and it's no good on the bunny from Davis. Not sure he was expecting that one. Here's Womack crossing over down the lane, around and out, but the putback there for Favor Airy. He's now got 12, and 3 of his buckets have come on plays just like that. 1 minute gone by fourth quarter. 41-38, one possession game. Rogers gets it down low. Davidson working inside, and he finishes. Dominique Davidson, a tough finish at the rim. Here's the answer try from Russell. Around and out, no good. Rebound pulled down by Liberty Heights. They look to run. Rogers will slow it down as he draws some pressure near the midcourt stripe. Abraham working in between the circles. 6:35 to play here in regulation. Rogers coming off a baseline screen will get it. Rogers dribbling into the free throw line, had it poked free. Now to Edwards, back to Rogers, dials up a triple. That's off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound, stripped away, and it stays in the corner, and now knocked out of play and last touched by Liberty Heights. So Bishop McNamara will have it. 5-point deficit, and again, they have not led in this one. They did tie it at 34. Referees checking on something with the scores table. Again, the goal for Bishop McNamara this season is to develop chemistry. A lot of young players, a lot of new players on this team. They lost 11 to graduation a season ago. And Coach Vanny says that the Governor's Challenge is a great way to do just that. It's a chance to play close to home, but also get away from the distractions that come from playing on school nights, playing in your home arena, playing in front of friends and family. Although you want the support, sometimes the bonding and the chemistry comes from a change in scenery. That's what they're hoping to gain from this Governor's Challenge here this weekend. Pressure in the backcourt, ahead to Brown to break it. Brown dishes left side for Russell. Russell will back it off and give to Womack. Shot clock down to 13. Driving it is Butler. He muscles up a shot. That won't go. And the rebound pulled down by Davis. Abraham up ahead. Nice spinning catch by Davidson. He hesitates. And wave off the bucket of travel. Favor Airy got back into the picture, and he was able to alter the shot as Davidson was forced to put the ball on the deck. Again, a chance to get it to a one-possession game. Womack crossing over. Back outside, Butler pops it back to Womack. 12 on the shot clock. Airy comes with the screen. Womack will use it. Drive and dish. Butler off the head fake. Leans in, floater too strong. Tipped around on the rebound and controlled by Davidson. Abraham pushing forward for Liberty Heights. Again, they have not trailed in this contest. Abraham working against Brown. 5:08 to play. Around a screen, Abraham drives into Airy. Can't get the shot away. Instead, he'll kick it out. Here's Rogers. Collects and knocks it down. Kahari Rogers, really nice job to get under control that time. Nearly had the ball poked free from behind, but he was able to gather and go up and knock down the jump shot. Michael Wright takes time as we examine some of the other alumni that have come through the Liberty Heights program. We mentioned Jawan Gary at Alabama. He was part of that 2019 team. We told you about Michael Wynn at Wake Forest in 2018, and Wynn got a chance to play against one of his former teammates about a week and a half ago now. Shane Scruggs at North Carolina A&T, and Wake Forest and North Carolina A&T played one another in Winston-Salem about a week and a half ago. It was a tight one for a while, and ultimately the Demon Deacons came away with the win. Deontay Petrie, also from last year, playing at Young Harris College, and Chris Martin at Presbyterian. He's a starter there, part of the 2018 Liberty Heights graduating class, and Martin leading Presbyterian with 9.5 points per game. .455 to play here in the fourth quarter. McNamara has it going the length of the floor, left to right. 45-38, Cardinals on top. Russell left wing, back up top for Womack. Womack around his screen. Russell sends it left wing. They're looking for Favor Airy. Instead, Russell will take the three. That's off the mark, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Williams. Abraham pushing. Abraham all the way to the rim. Scoop shot up, no good. And that's what Favor Airy brings to the table. Even if he's not blocking shots, he changes the trajectory at which guys have to take those shots as Butler goes up inside and has it knocked out of play. .22 on the shot clock as the Mustangs will have it on the inbound. Into Airy, left wing, up top, Womack. Bounce pass for Russell, he'll drive. Now to Butler, just beyond the free throw line, that's off the mark. Airy on the offensive glass, called for a foul. He pushed off against Cameron Edwards. And with 4:06 to play, Liberty Heights will have it, leading 45-38. Abraham brings it up the floor. 4 points and 4 assists so far for Liberty Heights. They're running Rogers again off a couple of down screens. Now a kick out to Cameron Edwards near wing. Abraham penetrates, lost it momentarily, able to get it back outside. Rogers for three, that's no good. And Airy collects the rebound. Favor Airy now with 14 rebounds. He's got a double-double. Russell, Euro step, right hand, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Davis. 3:23 to play. Lead is 7, and the basketball for the Cardinals. Entry pass down low. Williams started to face up, but before that, an offensive foul called. That'll go against Anthony Abraham. Michael Wright telling him to calm down. Opposite end, Butler for three. He knocks it down. That's a big one for Terrence Butler in transition. It gives him 7, and it's a 4-point game. Several times today we've seen this McNamara team trim it back to 4. They did tie it at 34, but for the most part it's been played at about a 5 to 7 point separation. Liberty Heights has never trailed. Abraham will set up the offense. Shot clock at 8. Ball screen from Davis. Abraham, deep three. Missed everything. .233 to play. Mustangs, you sense, have a run in them. Some of the momentum starting to shift back in their favor right here. Womack setting up the offense. Butler kicks it outside. Brown for three. He knocks it down. David Brown running off a baseline screen. Able to come into the corner left side and drill the triple, and it's a 1-point game. Again, the bench getting into it for Bishop McNamara. Davis driving. He'll muscle up a shot. Airy there to block it away. Russell pushing forward. Russell hits the trailer Womack, and now he'll slow it down. 1:52 to play in regulation. 45-44, Bishop McNamara down by a point. Corner three again. This time off the mark from David Brown Jr. and out of play over the backboard. Heat check that time, looking for back-to-back, but could not get it to go down. 1:35 to play. Liberty Heights with the basketball up a point. Near wing for Edwards. His triple try is good. Cameron Edwards give him 8 points. None bigger than that one as he drops in a three from the left wing. And a timeout now taken by Michael Wright. When we talked earlier about Keith Venny returning to his alma mater, he played at Bishop McNamara 30 years ago and was talked into coming back last season. And it's a different approach for him coming back to the high school level, no doubt, because what he's been doing the last 20 years, not necessarily coaching on the sideline, but training NBA players. Local guys, the likes of Karan Butler, Paul Pierce, Gilbert Arenas over the years. He's also traveled. Josh Green, Brandon Knight, Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, some really big household names have been a part of what Keith Venny Sr. has been able to make a living off of over the last 20 years, simply training some of the top-notch basketball players from all over the nation. But when home came calling, he returned to Bishop McNamara last season. Won 22 games in his first year back. Hoping to continue to build on that a year later. 4-point lead for Liberty Heights here in this one with 1:19 to play. Full court 2-2-1 pressure shown now by the Cardinals on the inbound. Womack dribbling it up the floor. Retreat dribble, now he'll split two. Kick it right side for Brown. Up and under move, no good, but a foul called. Dominique Davidson trying to draw the charge. Instead, it's a blocking foul in his fourth. So 2 shots coming for David Brown. The junior guard again coming off the bench in this one. Bishop McNamara coming off a victory yesterday, 58-49 over Piedmont Classical. Liberty Heights also winning their game a day ago. They beat Balboa 62-55, and we will have Balboa in the ballgame following this one as Balboa takes on New Hope. Free throw up and good from David Brown. Brown now with 7 points for the Mustangs. 6 different players on the score sheet for Bishop McNamara. Second free throw good. It's a 2-point game. Liberty Heights will now work against pressure. Brown applies it in the backcourt. Antonio Abraham, calm as ever, breaking it. Abraham in between the circles, shot clock down to 10. Now he'll put a play in motion. Get it to Rogers through an elevator screen. He'll roll around and out on the baseline floater. Brown, corner triple. That's too strong. Airy had the rebound. It's tipped away free. Womack down the lane. Contact, no call. It's out of bounds to Liberty Heights. Keith Venny jumping up and down on the sideline. Wanted a call there. It did not come. And now a little offense-defense here as Williams re-enters to take the spot of Davidson for Liberty Heights. Timeout again taken by the Mustangs. Once again, it's Balboa and New Hope Academy coming up a little bit later on this evening. And then we'll cap off our triple header with St. Maria Goretti facing off with St. Andrews later on tonight. First things first, in this one, we have 30.9 seconds remaining. Kahari Rogers leading all scores with 18. Favor area has a double-double, 12 points and 15 rebounds. Rebounding margin is dead even, 36 each. And again, the difference in this one might go back to the early free throw trouble for the Mustangs. They've gone just 5 of 12 at the line. Most of that coming in the opening half. It's a 2-point game here. Liberty Heights has the basketball. They'll need to go all the way to the opposite end against full court pressure. Long ball up ahead. Brought in by Davis. Off to Abraham. And Abraham will be fouled intentionally. Foul will go against Butler. Team's not yet in the bonus. 4 fouls apiece, so they'll need to foul 3 more times. If you're a coach, for the majority of the game, you'd love to not be in foul trouble and not be committing fouls, but sometimes at the end, when it comes down to the wire like this, you'd rather not have to intentionally foul. They get one here against Davis off the inbound. Again, they'll need a couple more fouls before they get Liberty Heights into a shooting situation. 23.2 to play. Into Davis. He's fouled by Airy. Last foul was the 5th on Airy, so he'll have to exit. Replaced by Raymond Watts, the freshman. Free throw from Davis up and good. He'll earn the bonus. And a chance to now make it a 2-possession game. Second one good as well. Free throw shooting's been very good today for Liberty Heights. 10 of 12 at the line. Coast to coast, and a foul called before the block against Womack. He'll head to the free throw line. We saw this yesterday as well in the game between, I believe it was Legacy and Newman Goretti down towards the final stretch. All of a sudden, at the end of games, sometimes teams get a little more aggressive driving to the basket and get the calls they need. Second free throw, no good. And a quick foul on the rebound. And we'll head back to the other end with Kahari Rogers shooting. Certainly, based on the free throw numbers today, if you're the Mustangs, you have no choice but to foul. But in the same breath, it's tough to win a free throw shooting competition with their numbers at the line at 6 of 14, with Liberty Heights shooting 11 of 13. Rogers good on the first. He'll earn the bonus with 15 seconds to play. Kahari Rogers now with 19 in the game. Make it 20. 6-point lead. Womack pushing. Finds Brown on the trailer. Loose on the deck, and a turnover to Liberty Heights. And a quick foul before they were able to outlet ahead. So Liberty Heights pulling away now towards the finish line. Again, they led by as many as 12 points in the first half. McNamara came back in the third quarter, tied this ball game at 34. Never did take the lead, and Liberty Heights able to stretch it back out. Davis at the free throw line, first one up, around, no good. 5 seconds to play. Womack racing it ahead. Kick it left wing. Brown for three, no good on the banker. And Liberty Heights takes it 52-47, the final. They never trailed in this ball game. Kahari Rogers, their leading scorer, 18 points on 7 of 14 from the field. Jamal Davis adds 10, his 6 of 7 from the free throw line, able to seal it, as Davis also added in 9 rebounds. And they're able to overcome the double-double, 12 points, 15 rebounds from Favor Airy, and 11 points from Kenny Womack. And win this ball game 52-47 is the final. 2 more games to come today. Balboa against New Hope follows this one, and then later on tonight, Maria Goretti and St. Andrews. And we hope you join us again. Once again, your final in this one, 52-47, Liberty Heights 2-0 to start the tournament. You've been watching the 2019 Governor's Challenge presented by AT&T.
We gave something to people that was going to talk about, somewhere people can kind of come and hang out and just really just have a good time. So.